Example 4. In humans, having 5 fingers, capital A, is dominant to having 2 fingers, a lowercase a. This is one of our favorite word problems because you don't really have to do any work to figure out the key. We've already given it to you. 5 fingers, we know it's dominant because I told you that in the reading, but I've already given you the genotype. So you can go ahead and fill in what 5 fingers is in your key. So we know that's a capital A. Having 2 fingers, we know it's recessive because I've told you you're going to use a lowercase a. So our key is already done for us. So number 4 is a pretty simple problem in terms of using our 4 steps. The 2 parents who are both carriers, heterozygous, have already had children with 2 fingers. Now this part of the question is designed to confuse you. It doesn't matter what they've had in the past. It's just there to trick you. So let's get rid of it. We don't even need to know that information. Because remember, every time you flip a coin, even if you flip the coin 400 times, it doesn't matter how many times you flipped heads or tails in the past. It only matters what you're going to get this time because the probability resets itself every time you go and flip the coin. So we just need to figure out what the term heterozygous means. And according to our vocabulary master sheet, heterozygous means different. Remember, your vocab is super important here. What is the probability or percentage that their child will have 2 fingers? Let's fill in our parents. Both parents are going to be exactly the same. They're going to be heterozygous, which means that they're going to have 1 capital letter and 1 lowercase letter. So that means each parent is going to be big A, little a. I'm going to write my parents in on my Punnett Square. Remember, they always go on the outside. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my cross. Again, here, all I'm going to do are the top 2 quadrants, and I want you guys to figure out what the bottom 2 quadrants are and then go ahead and answer the question. So again, let's review. To fill in your quadrants, you're always going to bring in what's on the left-hand side and what's on the top. So in this first box, I'm going to bring in big A, big A. In my next box, I'm going to do the same thing. Whatever's on the left-hand side, bring it in. Whatever's on the top, bring it in. So in this case, again, I'm going to bring in a big A from the left-hand side, but now on top I have a lowercase a, so I'm going to bring that in. Let's go ahead and write down the phenotype so we don't get confused. In this first quadrant, I'm big A, big A. If I have any big A's, I know that I have to have 5 fingers, so I'm just going to write the number 5. Again, in my second quadrant, have big A, little a. Remember, this guy is weak, so whatever the big A is, it's going to overpower this little guy. So big A, again, represents 5. See if you can go ahead and fill in the last 2 quadrants and then answer that question on your own.